Hi guys, this is Starcraft and welcome back yet again for another Starcraft exciting English commentary. We're still watching COP versus Sacsri as part of StarcastTV round of 32 Group G. And after two games, the two players are tied up 1-1. Very exciting back and forth base trading scenario in the previous game. In this game, Sacsri is the yellow Zerg located top left on the screen is Bonin. COP is going to be located at the bottom right corner of the screen as Terran in the teal color. 9 pool coming down for Sacsri. He's going to be looking forward for some early aggression here. His enemy's gone for supply depot and barracks off of cross-spawning position. So the timing is favoring a little bit COP here. He's going to have ample defenses against this upcoming attack. We have a drone coming out to scout. If I'm correct, he's going to go for cross-scout because the Overlord is going to be finding something in the bottom left. So if he doesn't find anything with the cross scout, his Zelle is going to head directly towards the right, the top right, that is. Yeah, so in the first game, Sacsri just made COP look like a noob, but in the second game, very good preparation and execution, and also balls from COP proved that he, could defeat even the top B-ranked players because he's definitely not a B-ranked player. He's something like C or D or maybe not even ranked. But anyways, 6 Zerlings are coming out. Already walled in for COP, but he needs to fight hard against this incoming Zerlings attack. Let's hope the SCP completes the supply depot on time. Looks like that's going to be the case. He needs to hold this area. I'm not so sure if the Zerling can go through and attack if it touches that marine, can it attack it? But anyways, we have 2 SCVs out to defend, and he's gonna finally land his barracks. He even has time to retreat both of SCVs inside. Yeah, so these Zerglings won't be able to do anything, but 2 Zerglings attacking on the right side and some Zerglings attacking from the left side just to buy some time. But already COP is heading towards a great start. Zerlings have nothing to do except to go home and try to kill the scouting SCV because the Overlord, I think, is already out here. Well, the Overlord is heading towards that direction. Yeah, so the Overlord is going to be able to see when the Marine moves out, but not right now. It will need another 45 seconds before he has full vision of his enemy's expansion. For the time being, a surprise move out from Sacsri could still be very possible. He's gonna try to block his SV from going up on a ramp. That SV hasn't taken any hit yet, which is a nice thing because it's gonna live very long, fruitful life and get a lot of information and knowledge for his master here, COP. Alright, looks like finally Sacsri is gonna saturate drones with his new base. He probably went for lair at this point in time. Marine trying to go out and take the Overlord out. The timing was not so great, but anyways, good try. And looks like we're gonna be seeing well, nothing of importance right now. The Overlord's gonna finally arrive here just to see the SCV saturation and where the Marines are. The Marines are forward on this in this spawning position. The Marines from COP is going to be spawning or coming out of the barracks from the southern side. So to move out, he will need to lift his barracks. Spark coming up. We have second barracks, and we also have a factory coming down for COP. So the build is a little bit different than the conventional bio build, but it's not a full, it's definitely not a 1-1-1 build. And it's not a full tech build. It's a kind of a hybrid build. So let's see how well COP will be able to fight, because he's only prepped. No, excuse me, that's not right. That's Sacsri. Sacsri only prepped against Terran, but COP had to prep against both Terran and Zerg, and more against Terran because there are a lot more Terran players in this group. So this is 2 hatch Hydras. Very fast mutualist timing here. And the question is, where is the 3rd hatchery? I mean, Sacsri is showing no sign that he's gonna take a hatchery inside his main. Is he waiting for enough money to take another hatchery at the 12 o'clock position? He's got money for it, but he's also saving the money to go for mutualist, I think. Okay, I see, there's a hatchery at the 8 o'clock position. And very fast upgrades coming down for Cop here. I think Goliath is gonna be in place, as well as some turrets and some Marine. So two hatch Mutilus won't provide enough firepower, I think, to assault any areas, any potential areas inside of Cop's base. Looks like Cop's kind of overbuilt turrets a little bit, I think, because he's got two. Oh my God, Marine getting surrounded. That's a little bit unfortunate. And Zerling speed just kicks in. Another Marine gets around. Two more Marines get surrounded. That was terrible. But now Crop is gonna have a chance to put some Marine inside his bunker. And the Mutualist harassment has started here. Do we have just 4 Mutualists? 4 Mutualists won't be able to defeat even like a single turret, man. He's got 2 turrets, Cop, on 2 different locations. And nice stim, or maybe premature stim, I'm not so sure. But now the number of Mutualists is around 6. And we will have a Valkyrie. That's definitely an overkill, man. You don't need now a Valkyrie, but maybe he just want to be completely safe here. As his enemy is investing a lot of money into Mutualists. Now it's going to be 8 Mutualists. So it looks like even out of 2 gas and 2 hatcheries, Sacsri produced a decent amount of Mutualists, but I think it's going to be backing up on the Mutualist production now and transition into Hydralists. And eventually for the next tech of choice, which is going to be Queen's Nest and Hive. Alright, at least for the time being, Sacsri has cleared the turret at the choke here. So he's going to have a chance to assault that area and kill any Marines that try to move down the ramp or move up the ramp. But 2 Valkyries are up. So looks like Cop is not playing around. He says, you know, I want to be completely safe in the air. And this is why I'm going to take, you know, just 2 Valkyries and delay my Science Vessel production. Double Scourges coming out. They're not cloned yet. They're not grouped together with the Mutualists. So they're not really invisible towards Cop's eyes here. He need to move out, I think, at some point. Okay, he's got 3 Valkyries. Now it's gonna be the time to move out, man. It looks like it's the Scourges aren't cloned. No, they're not cloned. They're the other side of the map. They are on the right side, top right. No, those are the Zerglings. Okay, we have 1 Valkyrie falling already, but still 2 Valkyries remaining is very, very strong, and all of the Mutualists get beat up. This might be a quick victory for Cop here. 2 Sunkens coming down. The 3rd one is coming down, but I think we have Scan getting, you know, deployed everywhere. So, very interesting. Cop decided to go for the long base, his enemy's main. I don't know, man, because the reinforcement line is very far. It's very, very far, and his enemy's got 2 hatcheries, so he can build a lot of stuff here to reinforce. We have the first lurk of the game coming out. And Mutualists arrive before the lurkers are morphing. They need to attack now, and Stim, they start to attack the egg. That is going to be a mistake because the egg could be cancelled anytime. Scourge is coming out, and 1 Sunken has fallen. The other Sunken is not yet fallen. We have this Valkyrie doing a lot of damage. The Valkyrie is still alive. The lurker just morphed out. And Marines need to move forward. They take out a lurker. They're going to try to dance around. And drones are forced to get pulled. But another lurker in the back is doing a lot of damage. Pulling back right away. And just 2 Marines. 1 Marine and 2 medics. Okay, that's a very, very nice ratio of Marine to medic there. As a Marine myself, I find it very pleasing, that ratio of Marine to medics. We have factories coming down. So we're going to be seeing some transition into mech here. Okay, Hive is already done for Sacsri, so he's not missing a beat in terms of tech. 3rd command center going up, so we're officially in the mid-game situation and maybe possibly at the dawn of the late game situation here. As we see advanced tech from both of these players. Marines without medic support, but at least the Vultures are buying a lot of time, and Marines are not really... oh my god, the scan finally get deployed, and the Vultures need to get fixed, or they're very damaged. Double command center going up because mines are going to be being laid on the field here. So any kind of Zerg counter attack will be met with a lot of resistance and early warning for the Terran defensive lines. Marines still out here. They try to assault the front line, the front door of Sacsri's base. 1 lurker is on the high ground, but if he scans his area correctly, Cop is going to be able to bust it before that lurker come down the ramp. But I think the moment of opportunity have passed here. He scans and he sees that there are 2 lurkers in the area, so he's going to be backing up and just going to be buying some time as his 4 bases get set up. But for the time being, Looks like both of the players prefer to gear up for the late game rather than than to assault the other guy's bases. 4 command centers versus 5 Zerg bases. Very nice showdown for the last game between these two players. Alright, looks like the switch to mech has completed here. All of the barracks have been lifted and vultures with speed and mind are roaming the area. We will see the first tanks of the game soon when the upgrades are completed. On the other side of the map, Hive is coming up. Oh my god, slow reaction from Cop, and he lost all of his Marines, saved 1. And once again, we have 2 medics and 1 Marine. Excellent ratio of medic in the Marine. I think all Starcraft players, all Terran players need to have this ratio. And we have a nice vulture surround. I need to attack one of the lurker and then kill it off first. But anyways, everything is so safe and sound for the Terran player. I cheer for Cop because he's the underdog here. He's the seeded 4 player in this group, but he's been doing so well against the pros, against JYJ in the first game, and also against Sacsri in the second game. Looks like a switch back to mutualist because the number of Goliaths are very low, but we have 1 turret here already, coupled with a Valkyrie. So I don't know. Looks like Vulture's gonna try to run by. They're possibly gonna be running by, and the drones are getting put in the wrong place. We have a Nidus Canal, but not fast enough. He's gonna. What is he attacking? An egg? Oh my god! Why is he attacking that egg? I'm not so sure. And just go for the Nidus Canal and take out the drone or something. Yeah, but these vultures are completely wasted. That's a lot of minerals getting lost for nothing. Like 1,000 minerals just attacking an egg, and that shows, that sometimes a pro gamer is still better than this, semi-amateur players. But the number of mutualists is getting very high, going directly towards the inner 4 clock base. That base have 0 defenses. Oh my god, other SCV is gonna get pulled here. Where are the Goliaths? And where are the sciences of the tanks are here? Nice Irradiate, and Valkyrie is coming out to support with Goliath's action as well. The tanks are getting hurt bad though. And the last of the Valkyrie is gonna be falling. The split of the mutualists are great. The tanks need to get repaired. And still 3 Goliaths remaining, and tanks are focused upon. Oh my god, it's gonna be losing so many tanks. Those are precious units, and the supplies is plummeting for Cop here. 100 supply for Cop and 90 supply for Sacsri, and that turrets is falling as well. There's still more turrets in the back. The mutualists are gonna try to stay on this area. Where's the science vessels? We need another nice irradiate because those mutualists are very weak. Yeah, we are seeing the science vessels coming out. A nice irradiate and definitely bad split on 0 split at all from Sacsri. He lost everything. But I think he's doing quite well, man. Oh my god. Okay, so excuse me, that was not a Nidus Canal at the bottom left corner of the base, of the bottom left corner of the map. That is another hatchery, so you cannot really possibly kill it by the vulture. So excuse me, my bad. The mutualist threat is still intact here. 7 mutualists, but definitely they are dwindling in number. And the number of Goliaths and science vessels are getting very high, but the tank count kind of get resetted. So we need to, think about what is the next army composition for the Terran army, for the Terran player here. Some of the mutualists are splitting up, and the tanks are going to be assaulting this base at the bottom left corner of the screen. There are 2 bases. Mutualists might try to go out there and try to snipe some science vessels and tanks. Hydra start to come out on the map. 4 base Terrans are very strong with 3 gas, and looks like the 5th Terran base is going to get set up at the top right corner of the screen. Mutualists are still in the middle of the map trying to clear out a lot of mines and just random vultures, but tanks are beginning to siege already. That tank is very easy targeted by the mutualists from the ridge. So if Sacsri knows what's good for him, he's going to try to attack. And we have the first Defiler of the game, who is forced to consume its own Hydralis instead of some Zerglings. But we have the Lurkers coming out now, and nice, very beautiful Dark Swarm that push these tanks back a little bit. And we have an Irradiate on both of those Lurkers, so they will die soon. But Hydralis moving to the minefield. Oh my god, double mines everywhere. This counter attack is a force to be reckoned with, but we're gonna be seeing some kind of base situation again. Vultures go through. They need to take out the Defiler. Go for the Defiler. Looks like they're not paying attention and not attacking the Defiler. This command set is going to be falling. This command set has no gas though. So I don't think that Cop would mind that much. He's going to be stuck in his base for some time though. So that's not great. But that Defiler survived. The Defiler survived. And for the time being, Cop is going to be losing 2 bases at one. Hydra is assaulting this command center. Oh my god, if Cop doesn't get to this area now, he's going to be losing a lot of economic power, and the command center is going to be burning down. Zerling's coming through, and we have a nice plague irradiate on the Defiler. Both of the Defilers get irradiated, but I don't know if that's going to be enough or not, because this Dark Swarm is still here. And Sacsri, by some miraculous power and army movement, was able to, you know, hit two birds with one stone, or two stones with one bird, or 2 birds, yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone. And yeah, man, Sacsri, what a nice turn of event. But don't count out Cop, because he still have another command center at the bottom, at the top right. These tanks need to get siege and not just eat up Hydralis tanks like this. 1 tank has fallen. Mutualists in the back are taking out these tanks like crazy, but the last of the Mutualists is gonna be falling, and this base gets cleared out. And now looks like Defilers are gonna be looking forward for the counter attack. Another irradiate, maybe that is a nice irradiate, but Dark Swarm and Plague on everything here. Cobb is able to just have, you know, secure this area, but he's kind of moved units back because he's gonna try to save his other base at the top right corner of the map, because Zerglings are going over there. Yeah, command center is finally completed, but it's gonna get forced to get lifted, and there's no way you can save that base. Zerglings are in the area already. 3 command center being built everywhere, and we need to have more mines. Looks like there's some vultures on the map, but the mines are not getting set up, and the forces from Zerglings in the base, but they're not really attacking. Alright, looks like the not fully, but +2 upgraded mech army is being very strong here. SCVs need to get transferred towards a new base, and looks like Cop's APM is kind of lagging here. Only 280 APM for a Terran player. He needs to just micro harder and do more things with his hands so that he can, you know, defeat Sacsri. He has Zerg reinforcement coming through, and Sacsri still have a lot of mining power. He's got a lot of gas. So this, you know, this siege position is not really working out here. Zerg is coming through. Do we have? Okay, we have some vultures on the high ground, but they may get, you know, eaten up by their own mines. So let's see. Alright, looks like the game is still very tense between these 2 players, but reinforcement coming from Sacsri, and he's going to be able to secure 5 Terran bases. That's quite good how he kind of turned the tide back here with just a few maneuvers. But now I think looks like Sacsri is feeling very boxed, and he wants to push out here. The 4th gas for the Zerg player has been destroyed. Nice Dark Storm, and those 2 tanks have been damaged from before. They're going to be falling like flies. But more mines get set up, and they will buy a lot more time for the tanks in the back. We're going to be having, oh my god, this base is going to be falling, and tanks are sieging in this area. Goliaths who need to pick up that base, but some tanks need to be on the high ground as well, not only on the low ground. Only 1 tank on the high ground. Oh my god, those 5 tanks are so ripe for some Plague and some Dark Swarm. Get out of their tanks. The attack begins now. SCV is getting transferred back to their home base. We have like just battles happening crazily everywhere. We cannot possibly follow all of the actions. And nice irradiate to take out some of the mutualists there. Zerg counter attack, but so many mine drags. No, okay, maybe not yet. And tanks walking right into Lurker's spine. Good last minute scandal. So these Lurkers are saved by the bell, by one last clutch Defiler Dark Swarm here. And mineral count and gas count for Sacsri is not doing so well. He lost, okay, he rebuilt his assimilator at the 7 o'clock position. He has some gas mining here. Okay, this shows how strong the Terran mech composition he is compared to the Zerg player. Because normally when you have bio build, you cannot possibly siege multiple locations at once and hold an effective siege like this. But when you're going for mech, you can just stay there forever. Looks like Zerglings getting dropped here on the base, and very beautiful location for the tanks. And looks like Sacsri cannot possibly break out. He doesn't even have a place to break out. Goliaths who need to focus on the hatchery here. And yeah, the siege position here is disallowing Sacsri from moving out, and we have Zerglings around, so finally this position is gonna get cleared out at the cost of a lot of Zerglings. But Sacsri might possibly finally be able to get another base up because he's got like still on 4 bases, whereas enemies got 5. I don't know how this happened because just about 5 minutes ago, Sacsri's got 4 bases, the enemies got 2, and now the situation is completely reversed and the tank siege is going stronger and stronger, but we need to have Dark Swarm going a little bit further, and they do get a little bit further, but it looks like the Zerg is constipated, not really moving out. We have some crazy Mind Drag as well as splash damage. That's gonna be not a Mind Drag. This base though at the top right corner has been assaulted by the Zerg drop, so the drop technology is something that Sacsri hasn't been using at all in his versus Terran games here, so that was a nice addition. But we still have about 35 supply lead from Cop compared to Sacsri, and Cop is very close to winning and just closing out the series. He needs to make sure his Zerg cannot make another base. Zerglings and Lurkers and Dark Swarm, but mine's gonna eat up a lot of units here. That tanks got hurt bad. And that's gonna be the end of this siege maybe, because the last of the tanks are falling, but no reinforcement coming from the north side. The loss of the command center at the 2 o'clock position won't possibly bother Cop that much. Lurkers are walking through, but without the support of Defilers, and now this base is going to be falling. Nidus Canal is going to be falling, completely mined out, almost mined out inside the main of Sacsri. Just some mining remaining in the expansion at the 11th position, and if this base falls, the top base would possibly fall as well. He needs to make another Nidus Canal to connect the top base with the rest of his infrastructure. From the top left corner of the map here, some overload coming out. He's gonna try to pick up some units and ferry them towards the main. He's got 3 hatcheries on the high ground. Now the high ground is slightly easier to hold than the low ground, but Sacsri's supply is falling fast. His mineral count, his gas count is still okay, but his minerals count is also falling fast. And look at this, guys. Cop is catching up in terms of microing his units. And yeah, drones gonna be getting transferred, but they're gonna get hit by the tank line. Maybe we have some tanks in the area, and nice scan to see the movement of these drones. There are some sunkens in the other base, but these tanks gonna be coming out and sieging from the low ground, and that was a poor decision to send the drones right through the enemy line. And now that base is completely discovered. There are no units here, and oh my god, that's gonna be it. Sacsri is gonna have a chance to fight back in the in the final set. But congratulations to Cop, being a seeded 4 player and a semi-amateur. He's shown great resilience and tenacity against the best players in the Korean Starcraft scene right now, and we have to give it up to him for his, undying determination. Drones are forced to get pulled up the line supply-wise. Cop is twice the supply of Sacsri. He's trying to go for the counter-attack. Drop would be very nice here, yeah, but this base has been falling, and Sacsri is down to virtually 1 mining base. His enemy is on 4 bases, and two of them are still mining quite healthily, and this shows the power of Terran mech against Zergman, which is underutilized these days. Alright, looks like the final nail in the coffin is gonna get planted, because all of the units are converging towards the top left corner of the screen. We have some desperate Ultralisk drop, but without gas, these drops means nothing. Okay, finally we have a Dark Storm that's able to provide a little bit of coverage for these Ultralisks, but they all died. They all died before the Dark Swarm is casted. That just shows how poor the micro level is from Sacsri. And GG from Sacsri. That game was quite a fun game to watch. Thanks. If you like the cast, feel free to buy me a coffee. The link is in the video description. Have a good day. Bye bye.